Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Good
doctor.
morning.
How are
Good
you?
morning.
Alhamdulillah, we are fine. How are you, doctor?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. How's everything? Did you get some vacation and rest?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, كله كويس. Alhamdulillah.
طيب, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. طيب, we will start, inshallah, our theory week sessions. Today will be our first session. Before we start, I want to tell you about what we do in our course. The first thing we want to do is to look at the Cornell notes. I will share the screen with you. Okay. For every session, I want you to have a paper, a white paper, and take notes during the session. And at the end of the session, make a photo by your phone, by mobile phone, and send it to the WhatsApp group. Cornell Notes is used by, it was initiated by Cornell University, and it is known as Cornell Notes. It's a piece of paper, A4 paper, that is divided like this: 1/3 and 2/3 horizontally, and 2/3 and 1/3 vertically. Write your name and date on the top of the paper, and the left 1/3 you write new keywords that you learn during the lecture or session. The right side, the 2/3, you write notes about what you want about the keywords or about other things. The bottom part, the 1/3 bottom part, you write a summary of what you have learned during that lecture or session. I will show you a perfect example of one of my students that was done during the lecture. As you see, he divided the paper into 1/3 and then 2/3. And these are the keywords that he knew during the lecture. And these are the notes. And on the bottom, you find the summary. So this is what what is done in the Cornell notes. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, clear.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so please prepare the paper, as we said, and write your name and date. And so while we are talking and discussing, you write the keywords, the notes, and the summary. At the end of the session, you photocopy it with your mobile and send me send it to my WhatsApp. Okay, so that's our first thing that we wanted to talk about today. The second thing is we'll talk about briefly about the course outline. Are you following the screen?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, that's good. So we will have the course outline now. We يعني integrated the three courses together, the old and new, so that we can manage the whole group together. But you will continue to have, of course, in Blackboard and SIS separate accounts. Yeah. The course outline focuses on the three courses that we have: the internship in the new curriculum, and the two internship courses of the new curriculum, and the new curriculum and the two old curriculum. Prerequisites for each one. Course description. This will all you will find, inshallah, on the Blackboard. It will open as soon as we finish the lecture. You'll find all the documents there. If you can't find the documents, I can share it on the WhatsApp group or by email until the Blackboard is updated and you can access the Blackboard. So the course is that facilitates the transition from education to professional practice. It provides you with experience in practical activities. Due to the current circumstances, we are offering this course online. But usually it is offered in an office and site visits and so forth. But you will still get the same experience through the online. And actually, you will have a good experience working online because currently many offices are moving to online work and outsourcing. So this is something that you have experience with, and you should also indicate that in your CV, as we will talk about in a minute. So basically, all what you did in the university was similar to what you will be doing inshallah in an architectural office. It is covered in bits and pieces. Yes. It is covered in bits and pieces, but you will find it integrated in your professional practice, and this is what we will try also to do in this course. Basically, the skills that you have learned are all related to the pre-design activities, programming, site analysis, schematic designs, and so forth. And then design activities, full projects, working drawings, quantities and specifications, structural systems, and technical systems. And then the two items related to the project management. How do you manage the project in the site? What are the site activities and so forth? And the practice management. How do you run an office and how do you work within an office and then run and open your own office, inshallah. So it is a comprehensive exposure to architecture practice. This is in private or public or non-profit settings, and you will find it covering all the knowledge areas that you already knew. طبعا we have targets inshallah to cover how your transition from education to professional practice. How do you apply this knowledge that you gained during your undergraduate education? Apply the 4 domains of pre-design, design, project management, and practice management. and how to understand and formulate the owner-client's requirements in your project, and evaluate the project's communication skills. I think currently you are being trained to use new communication skills, the online, the Zoom, the communication with other people. And this is a skill that is also required. So focus on this when you apply for a job, that you have online communication skills. This is something very new and very important these days. Identify the needs of clients and design. Develop schematic design quickly, efficiently, and integrate your knowledge of engineering systems in your work. Understand the government regulations and building codes, and how to create and compile architectural construction documents. What do we mean by construction documents, and what do they contain? And understand the project management phases and identify activities required to ensure a successful office environment. Among the topics that we'll cover, you already know all of them by now: programming, site analysis, schematic design, engineering systems, coordination, structural, mechanical, electrical, surveillance, lighting, all these systems. Understand what do we mean by building codes and building regulations. Building codes are different than building regulations. Design development, what do we mean by design development? How is it different than schematic design? And how do we produce design development drawings? Construction documents, of course, include the working drawings, quantities and specifications, tendering documents, and so forth. The construction phase, what are the requirements for site observations? How do you manage the project? How do you manage your office, inshallah, when you open one? And how do you integrate yourself in the professional and community services that are happening around you? Your presence in professional activities and different organizations is important. There are many online lectures now that are happening. I will share with you the links. There is something called Design Talk. There are many online lectures now. I will be updating you through the WhatsApp. So please, the WhatsApp and emails are important. This is an indication of your professionalism. When you reply to emails and WhatsApp promptly, this indicates that you are a professional and you are concerned about your work. And even if you don't have something to say, or you are not ready to send the document required from you, you say noted, acknowledged, okay, something that indicates that there is a response. For any WhatsApp or email, you should respond quickly. If you don't have the document ready, you need more time, just reply and indicate that, but don't disappear. This is disturbing for any manager or any job captain. So the activities that you will have during the sessions, you will attend, of course, the theory week and the practical weeks. You will have a weekly report. You will have a final report and evaluation form of the internship experience, and attendance sheet. This is a daily attendance sheet. I will also show you how you will start to fill these. So, of course, you will start with your attendance sheet. I attended from this hour to this hour. I did this very briefly. So this is the daily attendance sheet. Then you go to the weekly log. So you start to write more about what you did in every day. At the end of the week, you have a weekly report. So on the more information and images that you can keep and provide in the report, it will enhance the quality of what you do. The final report will be a compilation of all these weekly logs and reports, and an introduction to what your reflection on the experience and what you learned and what you hope to learn more, what you want to focus on in the future, and so forth. So it's a build-up. You have the daily attendance sheet, and then the weekly log, the final report. The distribution of grades. This course is pass and fail, and you should achieve at least 70% of the following. The theoretical week, we have a 30% on the activities, and it will be indicated one by one. We have a performance by the firm supervisor, so it will be 40%. And then is the students' weekly log and report. And these are the 4 reports that you will do during the practical weeks. This will be 10%. And we have the final report, which will be 20%. The final report will be required in the beginning of the full semester. So you have all the summer to update it and enhance it and add to it. This is the schedule for the. Are you all following me?
Yes, we are here.
Yes,
Okay.
doctor.
Is the voice clear?
Yes, everything is clear.
Okay. Right. This is the schedule for the theoretical part, theory week. Or this is the whole internship schedule. We have the first week is the theory week. We have a lecture 1 to 2 hours, depending on what we have to introduce. There will be a small homework that takes maybe 4 to 5 hours, and you don't have to submit it immediately. You have until midnight to submit it. Hopefully, the Blackboard issue will be resolved today, so that you can submit it on Blackboard, or at midnight, maximum midnight. You can send it to me by email or on WhatsApp, as you like. And then at the end of the week, it will be, we will practice how you you write a daily and weekly report. I have prepared these daily and weekly reports on Google Drive. For each one of you, there is a specific folder that has these 2 documents, the daily log and the weekly report. So I will send each one of you by WhatsApp individual links. These links allow you to access your folder and edit it online. and I will be able to see what you are doing and how you are updating your file every day. So it's an interactive document on Google Documents that is shared between you and me, and I can see each one individually. So please don't share your link with anyone because this is an individual link. It's not general for the whole group. So each one of you will receive a specific link, and don't share it with others. If you misplace it or you don't know where it is, let me know. I can send you the link again. So, and then inshallah, after we finish the theory week, you will have the 4 weeks of practical, and hopefully you can finish in the 4 weeks. If you need more time, you can continue until you finish the required hours. The last day for our work will be June 29, inshallah. Each week, at the end of the week, you will submit a daily and weekly report based on what you will be doing on the Google Doc. So at the end of the internship, as I said, we have the students log for daily attendance and activities submitted at the end of the week. You will have a final report that will be submitted in the beginning of the fall, inshallah. It will be a long report that is a compilation of these reports, the theory report and the practical reports, and any supplementary information you want to add as projects you worked on, pictures, information, activities you did, during the internship and so forth. There will be a student evaluation form of internship firm, and there will and the supervisor will be asked also to present a evaluation of your performance during the internship. The theory week, inshallah, we have every day. The main thing you should be doing is take the Cornell notes. The first assignment that we want you to do is to update your CV and portfolio. This is important for the start of your internship, how you show that to your office and supervisor. And this is also important for your future. The CV is important. I will also show you any examples, inshallah. And the portfolio, it's preferably to be online on one of the online access shared sites. I will also discuss that when we present that. And then we will do a program and site analysis introduction. Tomorrow, inshallah, we have we will work on the schematic design, and the assignment will be to prepare a schematic design for a small project. And Tuesday, we'll focus on the engineering systems and building codes. And there will be an assignment to review a small part of building codes. On Wednesday, we will all go over the construction documents and construction phase. And there will be a small assignment on design development of the same project that we will start with, inshallah, today. And then Thursday, we have introduction to basic of project and office management and professional and community service. So there will be also a small assignment. At the end of the week, you will be required to submit daily activities log attendance sheet and weekly this week report, along with your updated portfolio and CV. So you have until end of the week to work on that. Inshallah, we will talk more about this later. Okay, so that is the end of this first part of the lecture. I think the Zoom will stop now, and we need to stop and start again. So we'll take 5 minutes break, stretch, and come back to continue our work. Before you leave, or before we end, please go to the chat and write your names here as attendance. Okay. So if you write your name, you can leave the session, and we will start in 5 minutes, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Go stretch and drink something and come back.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's, Urjuan, did you write your name? Urjuan. Urjuan. Where are you? Okay.
Doctor, I think she went for her break.
Ah, but she didn't write her name.
Okay. I'll try to let.
Oh, she did. No, she did in the beginning. She did. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll stop now and come back, inshallah.